Hello, here we're going to learn how to automate filling out forms. The reason I picked this as a task to apply automation to is that it's a common task that people do in a lot of different work settings. For example, when working in a machine shop, you may need to input some parameters into some software that looks something like this. Now, if you're using Windows, I've left a link in the description below this video to the Windows tutorial that's showing you how to do the exact same thing, but in Windows and not macOS. So imagine you are taking numbers from a table or a spreadsheet, and you're copying them down into your data form. So you're going 16 from here, then you say, oh, that's 14. And you're filling out your data entry form as follows. This can get tedious if you're doing it time in and time out. This is what makes automation great. It takes tedious work and gets it done at the snap of a finger. What's nice about macOS, you don't actually need to download any software to make this happen. Instead, you are going to open up AppleScript. So to get to AppleScript, just click on your desktop, bring up Spotlight Search, type in script, and you want to open your script editor. Click New. Ensure that AppleScript is selected here. Now, AppleScript requires that you know the name of the software that you are trying to automate. To get the name of that software, just click on the Open Software, and the name will appear in the top left-hand corner of your screen. Input that name into your AppleScript window. So next, what we're going to do is we want to tell AppleScript to activate this application, which is, of course, that data entry form we want to automate. So to do that, just go like this. Tell application, put double quotes around the name of the application we are trying to automate. Hit enter, tab over once, type out activate. Next, what we're going to do is we got to type out this line here, tell application, double quote, system events. Now we're going to tab again, and we're going to put in just a comment. Comments are actually just notes that you can type into the coding window so you actually know what you're looking at later. Just to put in cut speed, standard. And what I want to do is I want to send the very first keystroke, which will be keystroke 16. So let's take a look. Keystroke 16. And then I'm going to tab. So as you know, if you hit the tab button, you can go to the next box. So I'm going to put in tab for the next keystroke. Since it's an actual command, that button, you got to put it in little curly brackets. There we go. And for now, that's all we're going to do for sending information over to our form. Just try ending this with hitting backspace, and then going end, tell, and then again, backspace, get back to here, and then typing out end, tell. So this is what you should have. Of course, you might have a different number here. It may not be tab, unless you are tabbing like I am from box to box to box. That's the easiest way in my opinion. And also again, this will be different for you as well. Okay, so I'm going to run this and see what happens. Oh, look at that. It put 16, but not in the right box. I wonder why. Well, here is the reason. If you're not clicked on the box that you think you're clicked on when you actually run your script, the numbers will be offset. So here's what I mean. I want the 16 in this box here, but I have this box selected. I'm going to run the script and see what happens. As you see, it put the 16 in the wrong box. Now, if I go up to the box that I want the 16 in, and I run the script, there we go. And of course it tabbed to the next box. So keep in mind that before you run your script to pop your numbers into the boxes, you have to always start with a consistent box. Now, since we're using tabs to move from one box to the next, we need to record down the order of the boxes, starting with our very first box. So I'm going to tab from the very first box just by hitting like tab on my keyboard. Okay, so that's box 1. This was box 2. I'm going to tab to the next one. Okay, so that's box 3. Tab. Okay, so that's box 4. Tab. This is 5. Tab. So that's 6. Tab. So that's 7. Tab. So that's 8. So now we know the order of the boxes. So when we write out the rest of our script, we have to keep this order in mind when we do that. So to keep all this straight, I'm just going to type out my comments first. So the comments will be just the headings of the different boxes. So since I decided that this was going to be box 1, I put cut speed standard, since that's the very first box that's going to get run. We just always have to make sure the cursor is going to always be here before running our script. Okay, so this was box 2, so I'm going to just type out gas pressure. Alright, so box 3 was this one here, so I'll just type out cut speed, small radii. Okay, so this was box number 4, so I'll just put in the comment, pierce delay. Now I'm just going to go on as follows until I get to the last box, so I'm going to make the video skip ahead here. Now that all the comments have been put in, keeps everything nice and organized, what we're going to do is we're going to put the value in for the next box. So back to the spreadsheet. What was gas pressure? It was 15. So I'm just going to copy this. I'm not going to retype it out. So I'll just change that to 15. We're just going to copy our tab. Paste it in. Now I'm going to delete all these numbers here. Okay, let's give this a try. Let's see what happens. Make sure I'm starting in the correct box here. Boom, there we go. Look at that, 16 and 15. It's pretty cool. So I'm just going to delete these numbers here. Back to AppleScript. Cut speed small. That was 14. Make sure I put the tab in so I can go at AppleScript to send the cursor to the next box to put the next number in. That'll get us to the pierce delay box. And I'm just going to fast forward the rest of this because I don't want to make you wait around while I'm just here typing. Now that I got all my values in here from the spreadsheet, let's give this a try. Ah, and look at that. All our values got filled in for us. Nice and easy. Now, if you have different sets of values to put in, like such as, so like say I wanted to put all these values in right here, I could just easily make a second Applescript and run that one. So that's automating data forms in macOS.